And the end of the music means the start of the stream content part or something. Hey, how's everyone doing? Cheers. Oh, you can hear that. That's loud. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for following. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if you're aware of how our stream works around here. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let me get back to you on that one. I usually follow people back if they're real people. I get a lot of follows on Twitter from bots. So I put right on my thing, if you're a bot and you're clearly, I don't have, I look at I look at the people do, and they're like, oh, I follow 8,000 people. I've been on Twitter for 3 weeks, 3 months. I follow like 1,000 people and I have 4 followers and no posts. I'm like, well, you're fucking out of here. What are these people thinking? How are they trying to game the system here? But I don't care. I'm not part of it. So yeah, I have very few followers on Twitter. So if you are one of my followers, and I think you will be if you're, if I recognize you, can we move on from this? Just want to mention what the stream is going to be about today. So there's some warning. It's going to be a regular stream, no Lego building. First half of the stream, Microsoft Flight Simulator, new world update to explore. I don't know where we're going to, I don't know exactly where we're going to go or what we're going to fly in. And then there'll be a short break. It'll be about 45 minutes. Then there'll be a short break of 3 minutes or so. I'm going to whip my guitar out. Today's guitar is, I don't whip it out, but, I kind of whip it out. Today's guitar is this beautiful Trampus green Paul Reed Smith CE24. Gorgeous guitar, just beautiful. Plays like a dream, too. Hey, Charles, Pilgrim Boy, we got a major quorum in here today. We got incredible activity in the chat room. In fact, I think we're going to have to take down the dividers and make the chat room a little bigger today. Yeah, so basically Wednesday is the first day of my stream because I take Tuesdays off. Wednesday and Tuesday, and it's also good because Tuesday is their update day, and I don't really want to play on update day. But there was World Update number XVII. I'm thinking that's 17. I don't know. So I took notes on what is all new. I mean, we've been to almost all of these places. But it's an excuse to go again. There's 5 airports. There's Bristol, Brighton, Leeds, Liverpool, Newcastle, some Welling, Wembley, Liscannor, this is in Ireland, Edinburgh, Glasgow, that's in Scotland, Cardiff and Gibraltar. I don't know which Gibraltar they're talking about. And the Isle of Man. But the other thing is the Cliffs of Moher, which I don't know really what that is either. Let's see if we can find the Cliffs of Moher. It looked great. I mean, I saw somebody else flying around there today. So let me see if I can identify exactly where that is. It's basically when there's a world update, it means they've, gone over the scenery, they add buildings, they add landmarks. And it's usually worth a flyover because these are going to be the areas that are most realistically rendered. So let's see. Cliffs of Moher, County Clare, Ireland. Now there's a discovery tour of it, but we're not going to do it. I'm just kind of figuring out where it is. Okay, it's there. It's kind of West Ireland. All right, I bet I can find it from that. Did it mess up anything? The Microsoft outage did not mess up anything for me, or more importantly, for my rent. My country that my company. Okay, so there's Limerick. Wait a minute, where is this? It's Galway, right? Wait a minute, hold on a second. Oh, I know it's further north. The Cliffs of Moher are going to be right around here, but and apparently they have updated it to be very pretty. Oh my God, what's this? Oh, there's a little runway here. Nice. How long is it? 1,695 feet of asphalt. And you know what? This plane that I brought in here, the Caproni Vizzola, it's one of my favorites. So, they're all pretty. Let's take this nice red and white one here. Let's take this red one. We're gonna cold start it. Yeah, so nothing didn't start. Boy, I wonder how tiny this airport is. Let's make it a little earlier in the day, but I think it might be raining. We might have to adjust the weather as well. But I'm hoping for a massive scenery tour here. It messed up a lot of things. But I mean, basically, I work for a bank, so bank systems are pretty highly secure and are designed to not update to not live update. And these systems that were allowed to effectively live update and then fail because the update failed, it's not what you call a secure system. Yeah, the thing about an airline is once it gets behind, it takes a long time to catch up. Once a certain number of planes are not where they're supposed to be, it can take weeks for everything to get back because they're so carefully run, in terms of where the equipment is. Look at this dinky little airport and this little runway. I am not 100% sure this is long enough, but we're gonna try it. Okay, we're gonna try it. Let's get it started up here. We're cold, which is how I like to do it. Let's see. We're gonna have to eventually turn all these on. The main power is battery is there. Let's see. This all looks good. That is fine. What's oxygen pressure looks good. All right, we're going to turn on the engines. The engines are basically, you start here, Steph. All right, you start with the fuel valve open. Turn the engine master on. So basically, there's this row of buttons. Turn the boost pump on, and set the left motor on, the left starter motor on. Give it some throttle. Oh, why did this get shut? Open. Open. Master on. Start on. Shut again. Why did it do that? I guess you have to leave that there. Okay, I'll get that one started up. That one started up. Why is that keep shutting? It's got some interesting little button issues here. Can I close this? Okay. I think both engines are going to start up now. Yeah, they are. It's a little tricky. So, yeah, that's the thing about the airlines is that, yeah, they're easy to disrupt. But again, it's not good security practice to have a computer system that could be crashed by a live update. All right. Let's see if I can get out of here. Gonna make a tight turn here, but I think we can do it. Yeah, just barely. This stuff doesn't matter. We're gonna have to get down to the runway there, and then hope that we can turn around and get on the runway. Which way we're gonna go? We'll try going this way, the short way. Actually, am I supposed to call them? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I forgot to turn my radio on. Let's turn the radios on. Radio's on. That's important. It's on. There's 4 radios. Turn them all on. Let's see. Oh, this guy has to go on. Altitude alerter should be on. Announced. Let's see which way it wants us to go on. I love this plane, by the way. It's a little tricky. Well, again, it wasn't that the computers were located there. Apparently, also, it mainly affected virtual server versions of I don't know which way of Windows, which are not running locally. But I agree, it's a huge oversight to not fully test an update. They probably tested it, and it probably, you know, in their defense, my feeling is, and this is how this works, is that if there's an update that crashes a lot of computers, it probably doesn't crash all of them. You know what I mean? It only crashes certain ones that have a certain memory configuration. Apparently, that driver was doing effectively was writing to non-existent memory, meaning that it was probably configured to use a certain amount of memory. And on computer systems that had either more or less, or probably less, it crashed. And they didn't test that configuration. In other words, it turns out there was a very common configuration that they didn't test. This happens. It's kind of a nightmare scenario for anybody who produces software that's live. Okay, we're gonna try to take off from runway 13 here. Hold on a second here. Parking brake on. Engine's down. Now flaps to about there. Okay. But now it's takeoff. We're gonna, I don't know, straight out departure. I don't know. We'll have to see if this works. It's important on this one to advance the throttle all the way. Let the engines come up to power. Okay. Okay. The parking brake's okay here. Where? Let them come up. You should feel it struggling. And then go boom. Stay right down the middle of the runway. What's our takeoff? Whoop. What's going on here? And then I think we'll be able to make it. It's definitely a side wind here. A side wind situation. Whoa. What's going on here? All right. So I don't think we can take off on this runway. By the way, why do I have crashes up? Hold on. Let's try this again. I think there's a longer runway we're going to need. Hold on. That was not long enough runway. This plane is a jet. It does need a runway. Yeah, I wasn't checking our speed, but it wasn't high enough. It's definitely, boy, and this F-117 also tends to want to crash. All right, this is a longer runway. It's not much further. So we'll set our departure there. Actually, I don't know if it is any longer. Let's try it right from the thing. These are short runways. We may have to take a different plane or visit somewhere else, because I'm looking for a longer runway. I think this is the same length. We'll see. Anyway, maybe we'll get off the ground today. Maybe we won't. By the way, if Hobie Gal is watching this show, which I hope she is, I wanted to make a comment about her comment. She mentioned a comment, two things. One, it was about the navigation and autopilot, which was not new to me. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing. Throttle's all the way up. Oh yeah, I think it's even shorter. Oops. Now we go. Let's see if we can get off. This is a really short runway too. But there's these pappy lights at the side, which I call visual glide slope indicators. Yeah, we're barely at takeoff. So what is going on here? Can we even get off the ground? The thing about this plane, like most jets, is it doesn't make a lot of power at low speed, but then it gets going. All right, we're off the ground. All right, we're gonna have to head east if we want to get to the Cliffs of Moher. It is a fast plane once it gets going. All right, I kind of had to do that. But again, the only time that a live update kind of crashes everything is when it got tested, but not in not in some of the common configurations, or a rare configuration even. This is a fast plane, but we do have some water to fly over here. I hope we can get there. Oh wait, no, take it back. East, not north. Okay, let's head east. Did I say north? I meant east. So we're going to fly over Inshir, and then we're going to find the Cliffs of Moher. Inishir, which we failed to take off. Inishmaan is that little airport there. There's a bunch of these new ones, or they're redone. And as we're flying around here, we're probably going to see other people who are looking also at the New World update that just came out, and reading all the things, the list of cities and airports. This is where I just tried to take off of and was failed. I think it was close, but this plane just needs more than 2,000 feet of runway. I think it could land short because it has those air brakes, but I wouldn't even try it. I don't know where we're going to land. But there's another little island here. And then we'll be checking out the Cliffs of Moher. M-O-H-E-R, which is dead ahead. And I'm gonna try to get us a nice. It's a nice vista. Hopefully the clouds will kind of part and we can at least be able to see the. Yeah, so that's the little runway I just tried to take off on to succeed. Yeah, that's a cool little island. Of course, this is Northern Ireland. Hey Meg, how you doing? Hi, good to see you. Hello. Cheers. Got my Diet Coke ready. I totally, when you say Kenj, I totally hear your voice. You know what I mean? It's like no problem for me to associate a voice, an actual vocal sound with that. All right, we're going too fast. All right, oh yeah, turn the engines down a bit here so that we do not hit into red zone. Red zone is the bad zone. But we're going to make a fairly fast approach and flyby of the Cliffs of Moher in Ireland. It's a very famous part of the world. And why? Because we've just received a world update. So, and they look great. Well, everyone in that company is going to get fired. It's worse than that. It's worse than that. The CEO came out and said, "Yeah, we fucked up." And it's a publicly traded company, that has stock. You know what I mean? So I suspect what happens is it will probably, that company will lose so much of its value that it will be purchased by a competitor that will basically, take whatever remaining value they have in the technology. I mean, it looks okay, but why is it kind of popping in so much? That actually doesn't look great. I don't think it's loaded correctly. Yeah, this is not what it's supposed to look like. It looks much better, I think. Maybe it is. I mean, because this part is fine. The top part is fine. It always does have problems with very vertical surfaces. But I thought I saw somebody flying around it and did not have this kind of pop in on the thing. And usually when they go over an area. Oh, the other thing is they had 1 million personal data. I'm good. They had 1 million of these points of interest, like 100 of them around here, and I don't see any of them. So I think what happened is the scenery didn't get loaded correctly, which is fine. It happens sometimes. Oh, by the way, that reminds me. Thank you for reminding me. I messed up. I started my stream a little too early. Hold on a second here. I started that because I wanted to show it. I need to show off. I'm paused on Flight Simulator. I need to show off the kitty. So if you're still awake, let me show you the kitty. It's really amazing. The tail. I finished everything except the tail yesterday. There's the tail. The little paws go in and out. Mainly the head turns. Anyway, I mean, you can make it do like an evil kitty. Like I'm possessed by the devil. Like what kitty could do that? It has 2 different eyes. Has a yellow and a green eyes. It has a closed mouth and an open mouth. This is the back of it. It's really well done in person. You kind of got to see it in person. It's got a lot of fingerprints on it too. The black does pick up those, but it's a really amazing kit. The face is just so great, and it's life size compared to my cat. Now, what I haven't yet done is gotten a chance to take pictures of my cat alongside the tuxedo cat. So we'll do that soon. The other thing I wanted to mention that you probably don't want to, I'm not supposed to mention, is that there's a secret compartment in the cat with a door. You have to build it to know that it's there because it's not mentioned anywhere. And inside I put like the extra pieces, extra Lego pieces and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool. But you can put your stash in there, or maybe a cigar. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a secret compartment. Yeah, I'll get some pictures of them. A bunch of people who have posted reviews on Amazon have already taken a lot of pictures of their cats. Yeah, so this is a bust. This is not what it is supposed to look like. And the reason I know is because it's missing the points of interest. So, yeah, oh yeah, because it goes all the way to the bottom of the cat, right? There's a door and it's in the back, and it's built with a hollow space all the way to the bottom, to where the bottom of the feet are. So you can fit something about 6 inches long in there. but not super big. So maybe 2 or 3 cigars would fit in there, I'd say. You know, you could definitely, and there's some other areas in there that you can get to and use for storage. So it's pretty amazing. All right, well, this is kind of a bust because that's not what I was expecting. It should look good and not like crap. What is this Spanish Point airfield? I want to try one of the other spots and see if it will load up correctly. Trust me, it's just next time we visit, it'll be right. Let's see here. But there's a bunch of airports to check out. Okay, what is this airport here? EISP. What does it look like? 1,800 feet of grass. I mean, is there a real airport around here somewhere? Oh, at this one. 10,000 feet. Well, that's Shannon. That's a major airport. Yeah, I think EINN is one of the new airports. It's not. But still, it's a really cool airport. Let's land at Shannon. Shannon is an airport where a lot of international trips across the Atlantic land. It's not that far either. Let's get the engine going again. Yeah, the great thing about Lego kits is they often have some kind of secret thing about them. And I honestly was not expecting there to be a secret compartment in there. But I figured, you know, it wouldn't be solid, that it'd have to be somewhat hollow. So yeah, there's a world update, and it focuses on Ireland, England, and Scotland, which is great because we love flying over there, over this area. It could be a little cold. Okay, so we're going to speed up things here. We're going to make a little transfer. We're going to fly over this beautiful part of the world at a low altitude and see what there is to see, which is mostly this. But again, a lot of internet, and I remember when I was much younger, I flew to Paris, and I believe the stopover from Seattle. And I believe we went from Seattle to Shannon, this airport here, which is really quite a ways, but it's still quite a bit less far away than other European airports. If you just look at the way the routes over the northern Atlantic go, Shannon is actually closer than London and a lot of other places. So if you leave from Seattle, there's a really good chance you'll land in Shannon and just have either refueling or change planes. And we're going to land there. I don't remember. I'm sure I've been there before, but I don't remember last time I was there. Or we're about 35 miles away from it, but we're going to go fast. We're going to go on the fast side. This plane is like a Ferrari of the skies in more ways than one. It's got this very comfortable kind of, upholstery to it. What's that switch there? Do anything? Not do anything? I think you can open the canopy, but we're not going to do it while we're flying. Well, I know you can open the canopy. All right, Shannon's a mere 14 miles away. So we're going to land there, and then we're going to take off, and I'm going to try a different airport. It's going to be one of these 5 airports: EGLF, EGSS, EICK, EGPB, or EGFF. Why? Those are the airports listed in the world update as being updated. Not EINN, but I just love landing this plane. I mean, I love flying this plane. It just needs a little more runway than that. Let's see if we can get some down. What's our altitude here? 5,000 feet. Broken clouds. Should be no problem. So yeah, so what I learned from Hobie Gal, and then checking, I did double check and read up on in Wikipedia, is that I was always thinking that if there's 4 white lights to the side of the air when you're doing your approach, if there's 4 white lights, well, there's 4 lights, and if they're white, then that's good. But white is too high. If they're red, you're too low. What you want is 2 red and 2 white, and that means I've been landing too high every single time. Because I've been always trying to make it so that I have 4 white lights, which is too high. But I didn't know until Hobie Gal told me 2 days ago. So, too fast. We are approaching VNE, as we like to say. And there's no reason to be going this fast. By the way, to land, this plane is so slick. To land, we have to put the air brakes on 100%. What we're going to do is come around this way. This is gonna be a fun landing. We got clouds. We're gonna pop out of the clouds. It's gonna be interesting. I'm going so fast, but that's all right. The air brakes are right there. This big lever, speed brakes, and flaps, and you need to be very careful on the speed brakes and flaps to land this plane, and to fly it in general, to know what you're doing. Just because it's very slick. All right, Shannon. All right, Shannon is down that way. I still want to lose a lot of altitude here. I'm going to pop into these clouds. And you can see there's you can see on that little VFR map, there's a thing called OL and then SHA. Those are markers that we're going to try to fly over. So I'm aiming for OL for our right turn. You can't really see the actual, like here, if I do this, you can kind of see the INN is where the airport is. Okay, watching our navigation. And when we hit OL, we're going to make a hard right. And then we will start doing things like brakes and flaps. Because the plane will not slow down by itself anywhere near slow enough. Or because, you know, all right, hard right. I'm putting down some flaps here. Man, some amount of speed brakes. This is the first part of the speed brakes will go to about 50%. And those are on the wings. We can pop out the gear now, hopefully. The gear will pop out as soon as we get kind of slower here, right? Well, gear. Gear. Maybe. I'd love to have some gear. A little more brakes, maybe. Okay, they're popping out. They pop out at like 140. Okay, so we got some gear. But we're also quite high. So full brakes. That's here. Full speed brakes. Which I usually need. That way we can kind of use engine power to keep us going too slow. Okay, so those 4 white lights there, you can see them on either side of this runway, indicate I am too high. And I've always been treating that as, oh, you're okay. But that makes no sense. So what we want to achieve is 2 red and 2 white while maintaining our airspeed. A little higher than that, too. Thanks, Meg. Appreciate it. You too. I hope you stream this week. I'll look forward to it when you're at a good place. I saw a fantastic picture of you today on Spicy site. Very nice shot. We're still too high. That's what those 4 lights mean. So let's get a little lower here. All right, see, there's 1 light. That's 2 lights. So that's 2 red and 2 white. That's too low. So, and that's what I'm looking at, those red and white lights there. Anyway, we can start to slow down. It's quite an easy plane to land. Once you realize you got to have full brakes and full flaps. All right, pretty much. But then we can just basically put it right down. They're nice, down and gently. It's a very low plane, so it's a little deceptive. Oh, what is that going on there? Stop that. Is this a crosswind effect? Must be a crosswind effect. I mean, it has a narrow wheelbase, but it did that before. Well, like that. What's that about? It must be a crosswind. Yeah, in the real world, that would be bad. But if I just give it left rudder and then put the brake on, hopefully I'll slow down enough so that we'll stay on the thing here. It flaps up, speed brakes back. Yeah, I know. You definitely need to have another shoot soon. Because, yeah, you got a lot of fun things to wear. And it's always fun to get kind of dulled up. And, yeah, we like it. All right. So we're 32 minutes in, which means we're going to take off, and I'm basically going to transition to a completely different airport here. And why? Again, I picked the 5 airports here, and I wrote them down, being that they are listed as world updates, part of the world update. This is Shannon, where I mentioned has a really long runway, and mainly what it's there, it's not in a very populated area, but mainly what it's there is a stopover for international flights that need to refuel. Or, but it does have gates and things like that, but a lot of people, you go to a gate and you don't get out kind of thing. Nobody goes through the airport. And it's just not that busy, from an airport point of view. But it's busy from international flights coming over from the U.S., often land here. Well, let's just park some random place. Yeah, I want to check out one of these other airports. But before I do that, I just want to show you can open the hood canopy. And it looks cool. It's a beautiful plane. I think we might take the same. Nah, we'll do a different plane. All right. But again, I'm trying to experience the new content that was released just yesterday. And so we were gonna pick actually, I don't know which of the 5 airports. Let's just see here. Okay, so select departure, search. Let's say EGFF. What's that? That's Cardiff. What is EGPB? That's the other one. Sumburg. That's the one I think we took off from. Or no, Sumburg is that Isle of Man? No, I don't know where the Isle of Man is. Where is that? Oh, that is way north. Okay, interesting. EICK. Hold on a second. That is Cork. All right, Cork it is. And we'll make it a little earlier. And just for fun, I'm going to pick a different airplane. What will it be? What will it be? What shall it be? Something interesting? I don't care. They're all kind of interesting in their own way. Probably not a helicopter today, though. The Saab. We'll start on the runway, though. My Saab B-17 World War II era. Oh, I want to change the daytime. I didn't find the points of interest, and I think what happened was the update didn't load. It's a regional update, and I need to check to make sure it's fully loaded. And the reason why I don't think it got loaded is, first of all, the cliffs didn't look as good. I saw somebody on YouTube who did a broadcast, who did a shoot from that area, and it looked better. And plus, he had all these different points of view, all these little, those little pins. He had about 50 of them in that area, and I didn't see any of them. And Hobie Gal has talked about this before. Sometimes you'll load into an area, and it doesn't load the update data. It just loads the base data, and it's random. It's just due to, I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? But it happens, and that's what happened there. I'm like 99% sure. Okay, we got some serious weather going on here. But let's leave it for now. This is Cork. It's a new airport. It's a little foggy out, but we're going to fly around the airport a bit. All right, so let's see. How do we fly this plane again? Do I remember? Okay, throttle. Rain on the thing. Well, no, wait, what's it doing? Full left rudder. Full left rudder. It went off the runway. Full left rudder anyway. That's fine. Planes in Flight Simulator these days are super sensitive to crosswinds. I mean, planes are in general, but I think it's a little overblown. Because yeah, if I was going directly into the wind, it would not have done that. Still a really cool plane. Yeah, we can't see anything. I'm going to do some adjustments here. Hold on a second here. I'm going to make some adjustments. Let's call it scattered clouds. Perfect. So now we can at least see, you know, you can see the surrounding area. That was what I would call low clouds. You can see the elevation, like we're kind of high up on it. We're on a little hillside here. Are you talking to me? So this is Cork, which is a pretty big airport. EICK. But I just want to see, is there like a town? I guess there is a town nearby. There's the airport, and there's like the ground of the airport. So this would be Ireland. But not the part of Ireland like Dublin that we normally go to. This is pretty far west. Yeah, I mean, I did not find the points of interest. So that just means we're going to have to keep coming back until we get lucky and see the correct, world update. This looks good. I think this is the correct update. If it says, oh, we've updated the airport, that doesn't necessarily mean they've added any points of interest. But if it says something like, oh, the Cliffs of Moher, which is where we were before, oh, we've added points of interest, you expect there should have been points of interest there. And it should have looked good, and it didn't. Now, one of the things is if I didn't start there, but if I flew there, there's a good chance it would correctly load the world update data. In other words, it kind of needs time to do it. And if you start in a place, sometimes it doesn't have enough time. So you kind of have to start outside the area of the world update. And that actually really helps. But as I say, it's a known bug. Sometimes you'll fly over a place that should have points of interest, like Hobie Gal was doing with me in Miami, and she didn't see any points of interest, and missed a bunch of stuff. And we were flying over in the same server on the same day, and she was watching my stream, and she's like, "Well, I didn't see any of these points of interest." It's because it didn't load the world. It didn't load the update. Okay, which way we're heading? We're heading east. That's towards the main part of. I think that's kind of towards the main part of Ireland. But yeah, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more research on the specific cities that they've listed here, to see exactly where the points of interest are. They make it a little hard to find. Oh, the other thing they have is something called like a discovery flight. They call it, I believe. Hold on a second. Float plane, don't do that. I don't want to do that. You. Kind of low here. I don't know what this bay is. Or we just randomly do it next time and it will show the correct points of interest. This looks really good. This looks like it's been updated to me. I mean, I don't remember flying over it last time, but I'm sure I have. But no, I mean, we'll keep, you know, as I say, there's plenty of time to fly over all these places. This is really cool. Where are we? So if I put Cork, Ireland. Okay. Yeah, so this is, what do they call it? Anyway, something. Man, this plane keeps nosing up every time I look away. I gotta figure out I gotta make sure I have this trimmed. So it should be trimmed probably around 0. Let's try 0. See how that does. That gives us a lot. That's negative. That makes it easier to fly. The trim settings can be so important. It still wants to go up even to 0 trim. And we've been noticing that planes seem to require more extreme trim. And I think it's because the simulation has been updated to take into account the weight of the plane a little bit more. So I kind of think it's realistic, but it's tricky. Okay, yeah, there's this big, huge bay here. And then yeah, there's lots more Ireland. Okay, so right, so Cork, there's the Blarney Castles. We're heading the opposite direction. I wonder if we have time to find a place. Now we pretty much got to find a place to land. I am working today, by the way. It is a work day, and and work is getting really interesting. So, you know, I'm not going to stop my streams, but during the week I am going to keep them to 1.5 hours. Except for Friday. Friday I can kind of stretch out a bit. But today's and tomorrow's stream have to be a strict 1.5 hour time frame. All right, where is it? You know, landing is fun, and we may go back to Cork because I have a feeling that's the only airport nearby. And I always like to land at a real airport. Yeah, let's go back there. And this airport, again, like many, is fun to land. All the planes are fun to land. We're just going to fly back over after having a nice little fly over this area here. Beautiful. Southern Ireland, I guess. And we did make an adjustment to the weather. It's quite rainy there right at the moment, being July, of course. Yeah, it still wants to raise the nose. So I was flying around in the F-117. The F-117 has a really, really, really dangerous flight envelope. And when you take off, what I mean is that it's like a 737 Max. It's kind of hard to describe, but when you're taking off, you know, you pull up, you get a certain amount of angle of attack during your takeoff. Well, if you exceed a certain amount of angle of attack, the plane will go vertical and then backwards. And this is at a low altitude, and you can't recover from it. In other words, it acts like a leaf at a certain angle of attack, and then slows to a stop, and then goes backwards. And this happened to me yesterday while I'm still trying to figure out if I even want to use this F-117. And I realized, on the real F-117, it's a fly-by-wire system, so it will not let you have a dangerously high angle of attack on takeoff. The same way that a 737 Max is not supposed to let you do that either. Which is a problem because it's a mechanical device, apparently. Anyway, I will discuss. I don't know if anybody's interested in the details of that, but the point is that the F-117 has once you get going and you get enough speed and you don't exceed your angle of attack on takeoff, you'll be fine. But if you just let the front of the plane come up just a little bit too much, you can give it full forward stick all day. That's not going to do nothing because you're already not going fast enough to have your flight controls do anything. And the plane is now acting like a big brake. That wing, and then it just goes backwards on its back, and then it crashes onto the ground and explodes. And that's what happened to me. It doesn't actually explode, but it literally does land on its back and just sit there for a while. And I don't know what's going on there. But I think it's kind of realistic in that the plane could actually do that, but it's unrealistic in that the plane is a fly-by-wire plane that doesn't let you do that. So I don't know about the F-117. All right, let's land. So we're going to put a little bit of flaps down here. What's our distance here? 5 miles. I love the gear. Watching the gear comes down makes me happy. It just looks like, knees and legs there, more than most other planes. And it's just a really good practical solution, too. Start adding a little back to zero trim. That's good. Power. We just have a propeller. It's terrible. 3. We don't need this. Yeah, oh, it's beautiful. It's Ireland. It is gorgeous. There's some stuff going on there. There's definitely a lot of care to the detail here. A lot of detailing. Shut that a little bit. Just trying not to stall out here, though. 4 red's too low. I want 2 red and 2 white on those set of lights on the left side there. You can see them in here. All right, there's 1 white, 2 whites. Okay, that's glide slope. Now I know what the glide slope is. That's too high. It's really, really interesting to use those lights. And by the way, normally there's an electronic tool which shows your glide slope on a modern plane. You don't have to look at those lights. I'm too high. That's fine. I am too high. Okay, now it's better. Not too high. It's really kind of cool. Okay, slow way down here. Engine's down. Settle onto the runway. Flaps up so we can put the rear of the plane down. Using the rudder, keep on the runway, because it's definitely not wanting to stay on the runway. And yeah, I think it's a lot of side wind activity. Alright, let's just park her. Parking. Yeah, well, again, there's a lot more of this world to explore, and I have this list of cities written down here, so I'm crossing off Cork because we've been there. And I just want to stop for a second here. As usual, as you guys know, especially when I have a plane that I really enjoy flying, like this one, all of them do. Okay, open up the canopy. There's a front canopy, and there's also a rear canopy slide. I think, was it this thing here? No. I think we can open the rear canopy slide, although I'm not sure we can do it from here. Yeah, it's that thing here. All right. So there's a front canopy that opens like that, and then the rear canopy slides forward. So you come out the rear, kind of that, and that's realistic. That's how that works. So I always like doing that. All right, take a quick little screenshot because I do like the livery. Get some cars in the background. Very nice. Beautiful. And yeah, tomorrow I'm gonna try to find some other symbol. What are the symbols on this plane? That is a good question. I don't know. I mean, it's Swedish. Let me just check one thing here. If I go to the back to the main menu here, maybe there'll be a clue in the actual livery name. Let me just see for a second. It could be fanciful. It could be an artist's conception of something. So I go here and look at the plane. Go here and then select liveries. Okay, that was the BES. All it says is B-17 SE. I think SE is Sweden, BIH. I don't know. This one says Swedish Air Force, right? Imperial Ethiopian Air Force. Aviators Club livery. Those are standard flight simulator things. Finnish Airport. That's the one I usually take out. This was just the default one. So I don't necessarily know, but I assume it is something Swedish. Saab is a Swedish name. By the way, a lot of people think Saab is a Swedish word, but it's not. It stands for Swedish Aeronautical and Aero something Bureau, right? It's an acronym for, you know, Svenska Aeronautica, blah blah blah. But the equivalent of NASA, by the way, in English, it's not you know, it's not what you think. It's not a Swedish word, but it's a Swedish brand. But it encompasses like a huge. You know, they made planes before they made cars, I think. But they made all sorts of everything, you know, farm equipment and everything. You know, so huge conglomerate. All right, give me a few minutes. I want to play guitar. Zero karaoke today, just random guitar playing, and then I'm gonna get back to work. So that'll be fun. So we're gonna run my mid roll, and I'll see you after that. Hey, thanks for sticking around. Should you have? But yeah, so today I switched from the last time I played my Gibson Les Paul Studio. I put that one on the rack and pulled out this PRS CE24, Paul Reed Smith. See the signature up there. CE, so it's a bolt-on neck, which I don't think is a problem for me. And it's a little less expensive, but it's still a US made Paul Reed Smith guitar, so pretty expensive. Let's see, move my mic a little bit here. There we go. So it's in the way. Perfect. How's everybody doing? Do a little musical segment here. I've switched my category to music. So today, usually I do this whole sequence of maybe 15, about a dozen karaoke versions of pop songs. And today we'll be doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 0 of those. Just because I don't feel like, I don't want to rely on karaoke to perform music, you know what I mean? Come on in, take a seat next to me. You know we got what you need. We may be liars preaching to choirs, but we can sell your dreams. You don't need sympathy, they got a pill for everything. Just take that dark cloud, bring it out to wash it down, but don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We are the ones who start little fires, yet they burn out. Oh, when they're on the rise, I can't help but shine. And when the wave approaches, take our ashes to the ocean. Who cares if hell awaits? We're having drinks at heaven's gate, but don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. We know that we're helpless, at least that's what we assume, but we don't need to prove nothing to you. Let's all stay cool. You don't want to feel blue, but we won't sell you nothing what you can't use. So don't pray for us. We don't need no modern Jesus to roll with us. The only rule we need is never giving up. The only faith we have is faith in us. That's Modern Jesus by Portugal the Man. Love that song. What else do we feel like doing here? Oh dear. That's not big time. That rarely happens. All right. What else do we feel like playing today? I don't know. Oh, I gotta play Wonderwall. Except without the karaoke, but with the lyrics in front of me. Okay, look. It's not like I've memorized those. But the thing when I play Wonderwall is that normally it's capo 2, so I'm playing a whole step down. Makes it a lot easier to sing. I'm sure they do it live too, the same way. What did I pick? Wonderwall lyrics. Just give me the lyrics, please. Oh my goodness. Wonderwall. Click on the lyric. Click. Thinking about loading them. And just thinking, I don't know, what are the lyrics? All right. Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. 'Cause maybe gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonderwall. Today is gonna be the day, but they never throw it back to you. By now, you should have somehow realized what you're not to do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads that lead you there are winding, and all the lights that light the way were blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. I said maybe gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, if I wonder, I said maybe gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, if I wonder, after all, if I wonder. Goes like that for a while. All right, what's the next one I want to do? I want to do this one. Are we tuned? Let's find out. That didn't sound perfectly right to me. Well, yeah, close enough. All right. No one knows what it's like to be the bad man, to be the sad man behind blue eyes. No one knows what it's like to be hated, to be faded, to telling only lies. But my dreams, they are as empty as my conscience seems to be. I have hours only lonely. My love is vengeance, it's never free. No one knows what it's like to feel these feelings like I do, and I blame you. No one bites back as hard on their anger. None of my pain and woe can't show through. But my dreams, they are as empty as my conscience seems to be. My hours, oh, no. My love is vengeance, it's never free. When my fist clenches, crack it open. Oh, I use it and lose my I use it and lose my cool. When I smile, please spell me some bad news, for I laugh and act like a fool. Close. If I swallow anything evil, put your finger down my throat. If I shiver, please give me a blanket. Keep me warm, let me wear your coat. No one knows what it's like. Be the bad man. Be the sad man. Behind blue eyes. I'm really cold on this song. Alright, okay. I'm glad I'm trying it. I don't know how hard I'm concentrating to get the right ones. Still think it's a little loud. Sometimes I feel the fear of uncertainty singing clear, and I can't help but ask myself how much I let the fear take the wheel and steer. It's driven me before, seems to have a vague haunting mass appeal. Ain't there harm begin to find out when I drive myself? I should be the one behind the wheel. Sorry, B. Whatever time my heart brings, I'll be there. Open arms, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. I'll be there. So if I decide to wave my chance to be one of the hive, Will I choose water over wine and hold my own and drive? Oh, it's driven me before, seems to be the way everyone else gets around. Lately I'm beginning to find out when I drive myself, my light is found. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. Open arms, open eyes, yeah. Whatever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. And I'll be there. Whenever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. Open arms, open eyes, yeah. Whenever tomorrow brings, I'll be there. And I'll be there. Gotta enter some marble threes here. All right, keep playing a few more songs. Oh yeah, what do I want to do? I like doing these finger style songs, you know? Everybody loves a little finger style. Do that again. Yeah, that's the opening. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. I walked out this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I'd always thought that I'd see you again. One been walking my mind to an easy time, my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. And there's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I'd always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again now. Thought I'd see you one more time again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You got to help me make a stand. You just got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand. I won't make it any other way. Oh, I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend, but I'd always thought that I'd see you, baby, one more time again now. Thought I'd see you one more time again. But there's just a few things running my way this time around me now. Thought I'd see you smiling again. What's that one I like to do from the Killers? Spacemen. I don't know if I can still do it. All right, this is Spacemen. I love the Killers, one of my favorite bands. It's a little weird to do a kind of acoustic electric version of the song, so that's why I like doing it. Okay, let me see if I can do this right. Hold on 1 second here. In 1 second, we'll do it. Okay, it starts out like this. Started with a low light. Next thing you knew, they ripped me from my bed. Then they took my blood type. Left a strange impression in my head. Know that I was hoping that I could leave this star-crossed world behind. Then they cut me open. I guess that changed my mind. And you know, I might have just flown too far from the floor this time. They're calling me by my name, and they're zipping light white beams, disregarding bombs and satellites. Now that was the turning point. Oh, what a lonely night. Star Maker says it ain't so bad. Dream Maker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. Well, now I'm back at home and I'm looking forward to this life I live. Know it's gonna haunt me. Recitation to this life I give. Loving up, you know it's, excuse me, hitting my crossover. You're copying the devil and the deep blue sea. You better look it over before you make that leap. And you know I'm fine, but I hear those voices at night. Sometimes they justify my claim, and the public don't dwell on my transmission, 'cause it wasn't televised. But it was the turning point. Oh, what a lonely night. Star Maker says it ain't so bad. Dream Maker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. Star Maker says it ain't so bad. Star Maker says it ain't so bad. Dream Maker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. My global position systems are vocally addressed. They say the Nile used to run from east to west. They say the Nile used to run from east to west. I'm blind, but I hear those voices at night. Sometimes. Oops. Star Maker says it ain't so bad. Dream Maker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. Star Maker says it ain't so bad. Dream Maker's gonna make you mad. Spaceman says everybody look down. It's all in your mind. in my mind. All in my mind. Yeah, a little rough. It's been a while since I've tried to play that one. I did learn that as a solo song. I've never actually tried to play that one in karaoke. All right. Okay. This one goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I left behind. A simple prop to occupy my time. This one goes out to the one I love. Fire! This one goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I left behind. A simple prop to occupy my time. This one goes out to the one I love. Fire! This one goes out to the one I love. This one goes out to the one I left behind. Another prop has occupied my time. This one goes out to the one I love. Fire! Anyway, a couple May, another REM song. Since that is my meat these days, the REMs. Hold on a second here. Driver 8, why not? Walls are built up, stone by stone. Fields are divided one by one. And the terrain conductor says, take a break, driver 8, driver 8, take a break. We've been on this shift too long. And the terrain conductor says, take a break, driver 8, driver 8, take a break. We can't reach our destination, still a ways away. Still a ways away. I saw a treehouse on the outskirts of the farm. Power lines are floated so the airplanes won't get snagged. Bells are ringing through the town again. Children look up, all they hear are sky blue bells ringing. And the turning conductor says, take a break, driver 8. Driver 8, take a break. We can't reach our destination. Still a ways away, still a ways away. Way to shield the hated heat. Way to put myself, my children to sleep. Way to shield the hated heat. Way to put myself, my children to sleep. I read this song in a plane like that one. She is selling faith on the Go-Tel Crusade. Locomotive 8, Southern caress that hear the bells ring again. This field to eat is looking thin. And the touring conductor says, take a break, driver 8. Driver 8, take a break. We can't reach our destination. And the touring conductor says, take a break, driver 8. Driver 8, take a break. We can't reach our destination. Still a ways away. Still a ways away. Still a ways away. One more Diet Coke. Oh, that's a really refreshing Diet Coke right there. Am I in this race? I listen to my word. I listen to the wind of my soul. Where I'll end up, well, I think only God really knows. I sat upon the setting sun. I never, I never wanted water once. No, never. I listen to my words, but they fall far below. I let my music take me where my heart wants to go. I swam upon the devil's lake. I'll never, I'll never make the same mistake. No, never. What's the other James Taylor one I like to do? Something in the way she moves lets my aware calls my name. It seems to leave this troubled world behind. Guess when I'm feeling down and blue, it doesn't troubled by some foolish aim. She always seems to make me change my mind. And I feel fine anytime she's around me now. She's around me now, almost all the time. And if I'm well, you can't tell that she's been with me now. She's been with me now. quite a long time and I feel fine. Every now and then the things I lean on, they lose their meaning. I find myself careening to the places where I should not let me go. She has the power to go, no one else to find me. Yes, and to silently remind me the happiness, good times that I've known. Lord, it's there, I just got to go now. It isn't what she's got to say, how she thinks or where she's been. To me, the words are nice the way they sound. Guess I hear them best that way. Doesn't much matter what they mean. Well, she says them mostly just to calm me down. And I feel fine anytime she's around me now. She's around me now, almost all the time. And if I'm well, you can tell that she's been with me now. She's been with me now, quite a long, long time. Yes, and I feel fine. Cool. Alrighty then. Wow, what a fun day of doing an hour and a half of my regular stream that I normally do. So what's going to happen is I'm going to run my end roll. You got to get back to work. It's about an hour and a half range, and that's kind of the limit of my weekday streams. But I do appreciate watching along, following along. Lots of fun comments today. People stopped in right at the beginning, and you know, I'd say the flight simulator content was highly mediocre. By the way, tomorrow it'll be piano day. We'll do more flying around. Hopefully we'll find the actual scenery that we're going to do. I'm going to do some investigation offline and see whether I was just in the wrong place or something like that. We'll figure that out. And anyway, I'm going to raid Sleepy Pan for a change. Not Carol Burnett today. That's okay. Oops, Sleepy Pan. Just because we like her. And she's still around. I play a lot of marbles with Sleepy Pan. So, okay, here's my ending roll. See you guys next time, tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Pacific.